Don't be a bot like me. Like and subscribe. Don't be a bot like me. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Now remember I told you that your data is the most important commodity in our previous video. That goes all the way down to your DNA. Now for purposes today though, we'll stick to the social sciences. Now another type of science that can and does change the world. Now I say this subcategory social science for some of those that aren't familiar with the distinction between the two. The social defines, reflects, and affects a wide range of variables, and it can affect only a single one, like you or me individually. But when I say you and me, it's because in the past, social science data seemed bigger or different than me. I mean, of course, it's an aggregate, but the social data was yielding results that were considered average, which is something you want in getting averages, for a group or society. But these averages did not reflect the individual race, gender, creed, and things that their history and those races bring with them, the baggage. So technology has jumped, and introducing, paired with technology, now they do new exploratory data analyses, using better technology. I think exploratory data analysis is the most important step in data analysis. In statistics, for example, exploratory data analysis basically summarizes characteristics of the hypothesis at hand, the testing task, your overall goal, results that you need. And all this is made possible by rigs or data computers, and then it gives your idea form, shape, so you can then help predict past, present, future. Philanthropic stuff, negative repercussions for things, everything you need for a proper business plan or a step-by-step plan to heal the world. Now you would hope that's the overall goal, to always help heal the world, but you never know who's running these data sets with information they're gathering and what the overall goal is. And then after you visualize and then give this form, you have to present it to those who it's going to affect. But what happens when that data gets in the wrong hands? Or before data has rules and regulations? Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, I call him king of big data heist. Before there was form to and rules and regulations for data and capturing data, he captured all of our data. He looked at everything that we surfed, every single website, and he used it to predict stock markets and then predict what's in his pocketbook. But what he didn't predict was what Lockwood knew in 1889, was the fact that he was going to open the doors to data fraud, to social media civil unrest, because once the governments, plural, found out the profitability of aggregate data per individual person, well, the thoughts and the results and the gains went way past just business. It went to total control. So not only did this smug bastard get rich off of our personal data, collecting it in an aggregate form and using it to predict things, he also taught the CIA his ways of cloud servers, because they hired him to create a cloud server that was the same as Facebook, with Facebook's capabilities to pinpoint our whereabouts and our tendencies in real-time data. And he shared this with him. So now I'm going to show you kind of some of the science behind their data sets and crunches. The RapidMiner data tool. It is available for free download if you have Windows 10, probably on some other devices as well too. Now, with the RapidMiner data tool, you start off with a repository which has a lot of variety of data compiled by professionals in the data mining industry that are accredited. Now, upon opening, you'll see what's called a process, and in this process you reach into your repository, which is like a data locker. Get the necessary data set out. For this one, it's retrieving the Titanic data, and you simply click and drag in the slot. Connect the node, go to your filter examples, search for sort, and then you also want to manipulate your parameters. For this purposes, we are going to do females or women, passenger fare, and survival rate. The next part of your process is sort, and you just do it increasing or decreasing. Once you get your process set and your nodes connected, you click the run button. Upon clicking the run button, it's like Christmas. There's so many different aspects, characteristics of passengers separated the way you want it to. Now you see here you have survive, passenger class, name, sex, age, sibling, children, ticket numbers, and passage fare. Now all these can be relatable characteristics between your survivors if you want them to be. It all depends on what your end goal is. So this, for example, is how they set up data from us. Jeff Bezos then used the data to make graphs and predictions. These predictions lined his pockets. But imagine a tool like this with upgraded technology pinging every single microchip and every single human. You can create data sets to yield anything you want within reason, of that set of data. You can use a composite of visual and statistical data and make miracles out of nowhere. Hell, you could even make the damn Detroit Lions look like they're a top seed team. So now that we know how to crunch data sets, we're going to look at how this data is connected to your energy and voodoo. Take a look at one of my all-time favorite rap artists, B.O.B., in this verse on one of his latest albums. I'll let you read that for a couple seconds. The reason that I chose music to help introduce the second half of this video is because it is a great representation of the society that you're focusing on, their beliefs, their goals, and what their faith is. There has been centuries and upon centuries of religious wars that have been going on, and they haven't stopped. The Osiris portion speaks about white Jesus and Christianity, and how Christianity was formed from the Greek, and the Greek was formed from mythology. Mythology talks about, in English, a person called Amen. Translated in Egyptian, that is Ra. So, first off, at the end of every prayer, Christians are saying Ra. And the Osiris is the dark-skinned version, pretty much, of Jesus. The Jesus that Christians are putting their faith, which turns into energy, towards, yet the administration of Christianity is using that energy to worship a different person, a different being. Yes, folks, your faith translates into energy, and that energy can be used. And it is being used, but you are being deceived. And they figure out how to deceive you through data mining. Now they have taken control of the direction of your energy as faith. They can now form your opinions for you through clever data sets that, when given form, produce marketing and economics that literally peel back your psyche, because they've studied you socially on social media. Subsequently, they promote division of class through gifted government stimulus, all the while controlling your progress in the form of lockdowns, waves of lockdowns. This is voodoo, you guys. This is technological voodoo. Godly almost. So now, from the energy they've collected from your blind faith, religions call the next step, the mark of the beast, or the biotech that will reside inside of your body, giving them complete surveillance over your functions down to your atoms. If that isn't godlike, I don't know what is. Then using that data, they start to market, but they're going to market their
best
overall
5G
goals.
phones, only on
Verizon.
So, Doctor, that brings us to Thanksgiving. And this sounds just gruesome to discuss, but is it axiomatic and assumed in your line of work and in your region that because of human behavior in Thanksgiving week, we're going to be looking at a bump in hospitalizations, certainly, and maybe even death toll right around Christmas?
I think it's almost an absolute. Our system is modeling for twice the number of inpatients we currently have across the region as a best case scenario about 3 or 4 weeks from now. Worst case scenario could be 2 times that. And so
we're begging people to please do their Thanksgiving virtually, stay within your community.
We're begging people to wear masks. I had a Republican state representative step out today and announce his support.
So here's what I got out of that news broadcast is that if you want to celebrate your faith, your religion, that there will be a consequence. Because between Thanksgiving and Christmas, like they said, there will be a spike in deaths, period. Now, the way they communicate this is real slick. You notice how the beginning commercial was Verizon 5G, and then amongst his warning, he said, please practice these holidays virtually. Virtually is the center stage for them to become your God. No, wait. You didn't actually think that the religious wars were over, right? Just because a bunch of time has passed. These people in the higher positions in government are old as shit. And they're practicing things from the past. And it never stopped. They were just awaiting the technological jump so they can be all and see all through you and me, through the faith holders, through the people that have collective energy. China's already ahead of us. Why do you think we're chasing them? They're pairing technology with humans that will forever link their or our data to an AI system, making it all powerful. Hold your holiday worships virtually. Imagine telling a priest back in 1910 that was going to occur, that you were going to worship the black mirror. I'm telling you, they're slowly peeling back layers of your psyche, getting you used to a new way of doing things, working, being social, ordering food, and now getting on the internet and praising God, using your energy through the cyber waves of the internet. Till next time, folks, excuse me, I was losing my voice throughout this whole presentation, but I thought I should get this out there during your holidays that are virtual, supposedly. But I got a lot more on this topic. Like and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.
frontline workers saving lives amid astonishing new predictions about how many more might be lost before Christmas, with fears that travelers will deepen the crisis. Plus, reaction to a Supreme Court decision involving how many can worship together.